Hey guys, in this video, I want to go over being selective with your IDOs going forward and understanding a little bit more about vesting, just about my strategy of what I'm doing. I'm looking at investing in a project and making that decision because I have been more selective now with what I'm choosing to go into. If you look at Chainport IDO, which I did go in with Vint Finance, one mini red flag is the fact that they've raised 500,000 at a 6x difference. So like immediately on the IDO thing, there's going to be 10% of this of uh 500,000, which is $50,000, right? Then you do times 6x the price, assuming that it just does 6x. That's 300,000 that is going to get possibly dropped on you. So you just want to make sure that you, first of all, are aware of the dangers of what will happen just because this seed round can easily come and be dropped on you. And then you got this round, which is 140K because it's 140K because it's 10% TGE, and that's going to be an immediate 3x price. So you really have 420,000 plus 300,000. And this is just assuming that the price opens at the IDO price, which it probably won't. Let's say it 2x's, right? You have $1.4 million ready to be dumped on. Like, you just need to be aware of that. And if I was being strategic about this, what I would do is there's a 4-month cliff. So you can see here, this has a 6-month cliff, and then 25 months linear vesting, block by block. This one is only 4 months cliff. So, like, in this 4 months, you should be looking for a good price to fully exit. Hopefully it does 10x. If it doesn't, then you're probably going to get screwed depending on how good Chainport is. I think it's a really decent play. It's a solid looking company, so I don't mind staying in it. But if this was just a really bad project, I would not be in this. This is horrible lockup period, especially for an IDO round. And the fact that like it's favoring the seed and the strategic price just makes it not lucrative for a public person. Now, while I look for this on Crypto Rank, I also look the website and I just make sure that like I actually uh like the project in general. So if we take a quick look at the website, um I think it's important to understand what you're actually doing. Thankfully, I actually do like Chainport. I've used it. It was able to bridge my tokens over, no problem. Um, I think it did have an issue, but it ended up fixing itself over some time. But in the end, this is just a bridge swap type of thing. So that's why I do like it. I'm actually looking for nowadays, like, who's investing in it, and I'm making sure that it's not gonna be dumped on by some bad investors. On top of who I look at, which is going to be this stuff. I'm also gonna make sure that one is a product actually usable and will it get adopted? Now, a lot of these games that we're looking at right now are like, let's be honest, they're really bad. So it doesn't make sense to invest in something where your tokens are going to be locked up that much if the project is bad. Now, sometimes if you look at the tokenomics and it just makes sense, right? Like there's a 50% TGE or something, like you have a very solid chance to get your money back. So that might make sense for you, right? So you look here at Meta Run, which is coming out. The seed price, even though it's like um way less than the IDO price, there's a 2.5 TGE. So we do 800 times 5. There's only 20K that's going to be released, and then there's a 2-month cliff. So the strategy for this would be to dump ASAP every single month, right? You should be dumping your tokens if you got in a meta run as soon as you can. It's on all of these platforms. Oxbull, Moonstarter, Scale Swap, Gamefi, Red Kite, Game Starter, I would be dumping my tokens on every single month period, just because these investors here are much bigger and they will dump on you um, really strongly if you're not wise about it. Now, if we take a look at a run, and then there's finally this one, I want to go over this before I share that. You can see here the seed price is only 2x, which is a lot nicer. And then the IDO round will get 20% TGE, which is also a lot nicer. And to me, something like this, even though I don't really believe in this project, it would make sense, like from a unlock side of how much money is being unlocked, to still get into the public IDO round. This is a valuable tool that you're going to need to employ if you're trying to get into IDOs at this point in the game, just because it is super important. Now, Fungible's meta run, personally, like if you take a look at this website, see, is it easy to understand? It is a first blockchain-based play-to-earn multiplayer runner game with absolute asset ownership. It's like all you're doing is running. There's no details on this, so even though they have this like playable demo or whatnot, oh, what? Look, this is super simple, easy to play game. I can see definitely fun elements of this. I think the game is a pass for me, like as in it works. It's something that I think could end up making me money. So let's see. I might get on Scale Swap. I do have Scale Swap tokens, so there's a chance I'll get in. If I do, I will definitely invest just because this is favorable for me. The game makes sense. If we look at Dragon War, quick look. Um, yeah, these could just be this is dumb to me. Look, this game isn't gonna make it, right? It's not gonna be around for a long time. It's just another um horrible game that's coming onto crypto, and it, let's be real, it kind of sucks. Do you really think that this will end up working? Probably it won't. Sure, maybe some people are bullish on it. No offense to these people. Maybe their team is able to actually execute it, but there's so many of these games. They're so easy to copycat. Like your goal in this is not to hodl, right? Maybe something like Meta Run looks decent enough where it might be like save a little bit of your bag to hodl after you've taken your profits out. But Dragon War is not a game that you would want to be hodling for a while. Now, the tokens make sense because of the seed price and whatnot. Um, but I would definitely be trying to dump this 20% from my principal back ASAP, and then it makes sense. I'm not even in Gamefi. This was one that I called out when I thought IDO season had started. But yeah, I hope this helps. Let me know if like going over examples like this actually helps with understanding IDOs and like understanding a little bit about the vesting, about what I look for when I look at a game. I'm definitely looking at who is an investor, as well as is it simple enough for me to understand, as well as do they have a working game, what their unique advantage is, who the team is. I didn't look at a Dragon War just because like it didn't make sense anyway, so it doesn't matter about the team regardless, just because it's just a copycat game, right? Like you could take Unity assets, just buy that. No custom graphics is done. There's no working game yet. It just wouldn't work. Chainport, I would not have gotten in if it weren't for the fact that I already used Chainport and I understand it, because these tokenomics are horrible, right? For you to experience a 6 month vesting is lockup is really, really bad. But you know, this is something that could possibly get adopted pretty heavily and then will be utilized. So anyway, I hope this helps, guys. Best of luck on your IDO journey. just because money is still able to be made in this current market. It's just going to be a 2 to 10x and not the 550 to 500x's that we were seeing in the past. So I might in a few weeks to months do a whole nother run through of IDO platforms just because the landscape has really changed. But anyway, thank you guys.